That's girly power. It's the coach, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Todd Gurley, fresh off a standout performance a week ago, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, we're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River, and we've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. As their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by the former Mississippi State product, the mobile quarterback, Dak Prescott.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie, one of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Here's Prescott. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Off the play fake, Prescott. Ebron caught left side. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
We talk so much about how coaches script things, especially on offense, to start a season, to start a game, whatever it is. Could they have scripted a better start in terms of playing? Offensive Player of the Week in the NFC, and his team won their season opener.
Absolutely. Perfect start to the year, but all the talk was, hey, that was week 1. Now we got to move forward.
Let's do it again in week 2. That's what he's told his teammates.
Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball is thrown.
Throwing again on second down. Garoppolo gets this into the hands of the tight end Higbee. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. Garoppolo on first down. That's caught by his tight end Uzomah. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
We'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From the 31, Garoppolo got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. That's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler, first-round pick back in 2012. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Garoppolo. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo. This one in for a Lions touchdown. DJ Chark, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready.
Will Lutz on for the point after.
Touchdown, Detroit.
And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. That time, a 6-play drive, and the end result, a Detroit touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. On 2nd and 9, Prescott, short little throw to Ebron, and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He's got Adams on the hook on. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 33. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, down at the 33. Here's Prescott. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. Prescott off play action. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Robert Woods, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And Detroit getting set to go now. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. And it's 3rd down. For the Eagles, a look now at the starters on the defensive side of the ball. This crew against the pass, issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Open man is Uzomah. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They try right side here, Gurley. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo. That one complete. He finds Shark. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st.
1st down.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make this a 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Play action, Garoppolo. That's going to be caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Another try on 2nd down with Gurley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Philip Dorsett, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Prescott. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Prescott to throw it. And Adams has it complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Prescott now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Looking deep for Adams. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Prescott. He completes it to Jones.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing. Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Jimmy Garoppolo and his offense heading back on the field. He's had one of the...
Mike, here we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
That one good for 26 and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They'll pick up another first down with that run.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Dorsett making the catch. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here we go.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The tight end, C.J. Uzomah, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Garoppolo going to try and throw on third.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And Lutz's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive, capture the field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Prescott. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Dak Prescott and the offense heading back onto the field. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you. Yeah,
well, he doesn't need to change much personally. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. 9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down. It's Jones, and he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Prescott now. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Prescott now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. From just shy of midfield, Prescott, this complete to Jones. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Now a first down carry by Jones. Jones breaking from, and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The previous play is under review.
If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
A quick throw out to Adams on the perimeter. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw is Garoppolo. Complete to Dorsett. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips, and this one winds up getting intercepted.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And Woods has it complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. To throw is Prescott. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Looking to throw. Prescott. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
He's not going to get me.
Prescott on first down. And that's complete to Adams. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's Prescott. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. David Long, the rookie from West Virginia, there defensively. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To the air again, Prescott. Complete to Jones. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. They'll give him 8 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Prescott to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Marr able to put this one through. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. 15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So there you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Lions to take over. They were winners over the Dolphins last week. They are on top right now as well as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 180! 54!
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. They'll try a handoff right with Gurley. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Another carry now for Gurley. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Garoppolo finding Green complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Prescott to throw it. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Lions will take over. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Dorsett making the catch. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. A quick throw. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. Got a man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Here we go.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And he's got it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense. Get a couple of first.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. The dump-off gets him only 1, and now you're looking at a 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Throwing, Prescott looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McKenzie. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. A strong running. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7. And
Gurley again here on first down. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
Gurley. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And able to find Dorsett. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And his throw is incomplete. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
So make him 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
Let's go. Let's go.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Tackle was made by Joel Iyiegbuniwe. From the 27, Prescott, and Woods has it complete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's Matt Bosher now. He's been terrific so far. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now a play fake here on first down. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
180!
No chance! Joker, 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 Joker!
That's complete to Arcega-Whiteside. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
180!
Double tight, guys, double tight. 40.
Open man, Arcega-Whiteside. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. On third down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Here's Jones. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Check, 59. You're not ready.
Back near his goal line, it's Prescott. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Prescott now. And now Prescott is going to be taken down. He couldn't get away, and that's a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
We play to win. Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
First down, Lions on a pickup of 13.
Here we go, here we go.
Record. He's checking.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Here we go.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Again they run with Gurley. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 4 yards the pickup. First down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play.
On first down, it's Gurley. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On second down now, Melvin. And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Here we go.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
What we got?
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. To throw is Garoppolo. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. On first and goal, Gurley. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Toward the pylon, caught. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Touchdown pass number 4 of the afternoon for Jimmy Garoppolo as his guys continue to pour it on. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Here's second and 10 now from the 35. Prescott. It's caught here by Adams. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on third and inches. Here's Prescott. They got him in. It's Woods. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
Elsewhere, they're on to the fourth quarter at MetLife Stadium. And the Giants are starting to pull away in that one. If they hold on, a victory there would be their 3rd of the year. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on second down. Prescott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Now Prescott. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Here we go.
That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
Now Gurley. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Lions, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.